this is what was put out by the district. Are you able to see it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the remote learning, the hybrid schedule. So Monday and Tuesday, for example, the AM hybrid schedule, so group A of students, they'll have school from 8:30 to 11:15, whether that's in school or beginning at home, which, well, we all know we're beginning at home, right? There'll be snack breaks in between. And then you'll notice Wednesday from 8:30 to 11:15, there will be small group instruction. There will be some type of instruction during that time. And so I want to reiterate that this isn't the same as what we did in the spring. That was more crisis learning. That was something we had to put together at the end of the year to get through those times. Right now, this is different. Kids will be learning the curriculum, the full curriculum. That's why this block is needed, this block of time. Okay, and then you'll see the PM schedule is very similar. So AM or PM schedule. At this time, I am not sure how the AM schedule, the kids that go to the AM or the kids that go to the PM, I'm not sure how that's going to be determined collectively in elementary schools. So that I don't have an answer to yet. Let me pull up. Any questions on this? Okay. All right, so let me go back to the question. Sure.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to type it in, but it may be faster. I just want to confirm that even though we're starting from home, that we still will be in the A and B cohorts, correct? That if you are in a B cohort, you still are doing your synchronous learning in the afternoon, even though you're at home? Or?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So the plan is to keep it so that the schedule is the same, whether we begin at home or we return to school.
Okay.
Our goal is obviously to return to school, and the schedule will stay the same. Again, this is if you choose the hybrid program. This is not distance learning. Distance learning is a district-run program. The hybrid is run by Rancho Vista.
Okay, thank you.
So I think I answered the question about class on Wednesday. So if a student is in Distance Learning Academy, will they be able to change to hybrid back at Rancho? So I'll have to defer to what our district is saying. You have to make a commitment at this time. I believe it's a 1 semester commitment to my understanding. So you should have received an email with all of the information. So all of that information you received is the accurate information. And the email in there tells you how to go into Aries. When you go into Aries under your students account, that's where you will be able to opt in to distance learning should you want that. So it is a commitment that you have to make. And once you make it, that's the program that you will need to do for the amount of time that's written in that commitment. The reason being is that's how we are staffing our school. So for example, if we are staffing for, I'm just going to throw out a number, this is not correct, but let's say I'm staffing for 3 first grade classrooms, for example. We'll staff for 3 first grade classrooms. So there's not that opportunity to move back and forth during that time period because we're already staffed for those students. So again, I know it's a huge decision, but it's a decision as a family that you'll need to make. And it's something, unfortunately, that you'll have to stick to for the time limits that are given by the school district. I see a question, will we be able to choose for morning session or afternoon session? Again, I don't know what that's going to look like for the elementary schools. I can't imagine getting 500 emails of people choosing between AM and PM and being able to put everyone in their preferred spot, right? So students' needs are first, right? Employees, first responders, right? So those are things that we have to take into account. And then you will just have to see what that process is. That we're not sure of. For children with IEPs and 504s that do not benefit from online one-to-one support for online learning and instead require in-person support, how would that be accommodated? So I would suggest hybrid. Absolutely. We know children learn best in the hybrid situation, in a teacher, with a teacher in front of you. We know that. We know that. So if children are medically able to come back to school, I would highly suggest you consider having your children come back to school. We know that they learn better with a teacher in front of them than online. We know that. Let me see. According to the superintendent, children will get whatever the accommodations are on their IEPs. That was not the case during the last trimester during the emergency shutdown. So again, I have to say that the program that we're running now is different than the crisis teaching that was done in the spring. Very different programs. If we choose hybrid, can we choose AM or PM? Again, I don't know how that's going to be chosen. Is independent learning model being implemented as a third option? So the first time that I heard about the independent study was at the town hall. So again, that would be a district run program. That would not be something that we would run through Rancho Vista. My understanding right now, in just looking at Aries, it looks like your default option is hybrid. And then if you choose to opt into distant learning, you will do that via Aries. If an RV teacher is teaching distant learning, does the RV student get priority to those RV teachers? You know, again, it's all a matching game, right? What if we have a first grade teacher teaching from Rancho Vista, teaching distant learning, and your child's a fourth grader? We aren't going to put them in the first grade class. They will go with the fourth grade class. So it really just is that matching game. DLA question: if we opt for DLA, how can we maintain our connection with Rancho Vista? The DLA commitment is 2 trimesters, and it seems my children could have neither an RV teacher nor classmates. Again, it's a district run program, so I can't tell you what that's going to look like. But you're always welcome to join in on whatever we have at Rancho Vista. I know Jan will continue to reach out to you if we're able to gather in any form, right, Jan? Who knows? But you're always welcome to join in with Rancho Vista and everything we do, of course, because you're our road runners, no matter which program you choose. Let me see. Is there a target date to communicate which cohort A and B our children will be in? Again, we don't have that information because we don't know at this time how it will be chosen if children are in A and B. Will hybrid students be able to check out Chromebooks again? Yes, hybrid students, we will have a day or 2 or 3. We'll have to see what that looks like, but we will have books for children to pick up. We'll have workbooks, we'll have Chromebooks, so you will have everything that you need. If you ordered materials through School Kids, I will have those boxes for you also to pick up, so you can use those materials at home and just bring them back with you when we come back to school. Okay, Melanie Santos is saying, I understand it's a 1 semester commitment. The other person here said 2 trimesters, so I'll have to look at what Aries is saying. I understand it's a 1 semester commitment. Our concern is if we change to hybrid, will we be able to return to Rancho Vista, or will it be a hybrid at another school? Maybe this is saying if you choose distance learning, will you be able to return to Rancho Vista as a hybrid? That will have, if you choose distance learning this school year for whatever the commitment is that you have to make, as far as returning to Rancho Vista, that is something that we'll have to discuss with the district. I'm going to assume it's going to be on a space available basis for this school year. Next school year, right, we're hoping to open in person and everything will be back to whatever our new normal is. Are we able to go to DLA later if initially electing hybrid? Only because of health consideration, we got hit kind of hard. So again, if there's any health considerations, I would suggest choosing DLA. I don't know that you will be able to, or will there be the room to, if you choose hybrid, to go to distance learning, because again, we are going to staff that up accordingly, and there will be a cap on those numbers that teachers have. It's not just a free-for-all. We can throw as many kids as possible. I don't know what those caps are. Teachers are in negotiations right now, but there will be some type of cap as far as how many kids teachers can have in their classroom. So the home learning model, what can they expect once physically returning? So once the governor tells us that we can physically return to school, LA County will tell us what our restrictions are. So again, we're not able to make that up or choose that for ourselves. We have to see whatever we are told and to follow those restrictions and guidelines given to us by the county. So if we are told we can return to school with 6-foot spacing, that means we can allow as many kids into the classroom as we can safely have 6 feet apart. So we'll just have to see what those limitations are. It says once we're, would non-RV Rancho Vista students have reserved space? Shireen, I'm not understanding that question. Do you want to let me know?
Hey there. And what I was saying in the earlier paragraph, and hi everybody, was that I appreciated somebody asked a question about the AB schedule, the morning afternoon schedule, if we were doing that at home when we first start. And you know, the same way. Yeah. So that's what I was saying was thank you on that. I know that as far as once we return physically, like we have no idea what they're going to have us do. And I commend you. I would not want to be you or your husband right now. And especially our superintendent. So I've been thinking about you all a lot. But because our homeschool is Meerkat, so I was concerned if I have to do DLA, we want to start her in hybrid, and you know how her siblings are. A lot of you do actually. So we're doing hybrid, but we did get COVID here at our home, and my eldest has like health problems, like she can't see the baby at all. And so my concern was if we're forced, because the doctors tell us no, everybody still has to stay in this house all the time, if she's going to lose her spot at Rancho Vista because that's not our homeschool. Like if she had to switch to DLA, we really don't want to DLA her. And this is coming from someone who used to homeschool, but I want to stay with her community. Like I want to support our school and send her. She's not the problem. It's us at home, like, you know, who are vulnerable. So that's the thing is I didn't know if you had control over it.
I'm assuming everyone on here are current Rancho Vista families. If you're a Rancho Vista family, you're a Rancho Vista family. So as soon as this all returns to normal, you will continue to be Rancho Vista families. Mm-hmm. But I would speak to your doctor sooner or later, just to see what's safe for your daughter. And I know what's safest for you and your family, and just make the decision from there and just not wait on that decision. But if it's hybrid and she's able to come back, then awesome. But if it's distance learning because your physician tells you you shouldn't come back or whatever family decision, I would make that sooner than later.
Okay.
So just know that we want every child back on campus.
So then she wouldn't lose it, even though we're supposed to be at Meerkat. It wouldn't matter.
No, I mean, you're a Rancho Vista family. It's Rancho Vista. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And her, I mean, her sibling already said she's willing to just not see her, which sucks, but you know what I mean? Just so that she can keep going to school. Cause I'm sure all of you have Zoom fatigued children at this point. So I don't want to drag it out longer than I have to, but thank you.
Yeah. But again, I can't make that decision for you. Thank you. So the next question is for DLA option, will there be a day for picking up textbooks and supplies? Yes, there will be. Again, that's a district run program, so I don't know what day that'll be. But there will be some of the same options for picking up books and supplies. Will there be Kids Corner for essential working parents? So at this time, I don't have that information. I know that our superintendent has been working with our cities to provide some type of childcare for our employees, essential workers, working parents. So I know that they've been working together to find a solution. We know that childcare is a huge, huge issue. So I know that he's working on trying to get something set up for those families. Can we rent a Chromebook from Rancho Vista if we choose DLA. If you choose DLA,